Hello, I'm Matthew Hendry, writer and director of Mortel. I'm making this director's commentary to mark the 1-year anniversary of the production of the film. The idea itself came to me 2 years ago while I was listening to Astor Piazzolla's Libertango. I developed the whole story of the film from that one piece of music, as it inspired me so much to create this detective noir story. I hope you guys enjoy the film while I talk about some of the things that are important to me during pre-production, shooting stages and editing of the film. So sit tight and enjoy the commentary.
So the first thing I sort of wanted to say was that this whole sequence at the beginning, I'd always intended it to be the ending scene that we saw at the beginning. I felt it would be more impactful for the audience, and it's something that I like to do in my films, is to sort of, the film has like a clear ending, and so this is the ending, obviously. Like, even though it's like the beginning of the film, the audience is sort of tell like this is obviously going to be like a turning point for the whole film. I remember this particular blood here that we did on my dad. This is my dad, by the way. We actually had to just put it over his shirt. It's red, you know, it is blood. But we actually got some on his coat, sadly. It was actually a really nice coat. So sorry, Dad, about that. But yeah, the blood was quite well. We managed to get it sorted.
Died by strangulation.
Yeah, for this section here, I would have probably, if I was to do it again, I'd probably edit that a bit differently. Probably make it so that it's a bit less time, Mortel looking at the sheets of paper. But yeah, my best friend Chris doing well there in his acting. Yeah, I got myself in there as well for a little cameo. I remember this day it was very, very windy, so we kind of struggled to keep the audio sounding well. We tried using the camera audio, and we tried using audio from my phone. The audio that you heard in the car there was actually off on my phone. But this whole conversation between my dad and Phil was we had to redub it afterwards, and so if it sounded a bit off, that's why. It's just we couldn't do anything, and the wind was too loud for them in the original audio, so it was just a bit hard. I think, yeah, in this sequence I would have put some room ambience for this, because it's just a bit silent, a bit quiet. If I was to do that again. And yes, the red rope effect, it was very hard. I spent many weeks trying to get that sorted. Adobe Premiere is very, very difficult for that. We tried using After Effects, everything. At the end of the day, we had to go with Adobe Premiere, with the sort of, remove color and then leave red sort of thing. It kind of worked, but I really wanted to do it every time we saw the red rope. Even whenever it's being held by someone, but you'll see later on we weren't able to maintain the red throughout.
But we've reason to believe someone else saw her.
She bought fuel last night at 10:18 p.m.
Let's go. We know where she went.
Yeah, in the next scene there was this red car that was actually here, like behind my dad, that Mini Cooper. It was actually red, so whenever Mortel picks up the red rope to look at it, it was, as you can see, it's grayscale here. I wanted that to be red, but turns out what he's holding is actually pink, so pink comes up on the red as well, so everything would have been in colour here, the red car, everything. There's no really way to get around it, and it's just, it was an unfortunate thing. Afterward, I realised I liked this sequence because of the lack of dialogue. The whole thing is told through no dialogue whatsoever. So it's just I managed to piece together a story. Also, that USB stick is blue. If you didn't notice it, I kind of wanted to emphasise it in the story. It's the only other thing that's in colour. Oh yeah, and the silhouette here, with my dad. I really wanted to kind of get the Mortel silhouette, because I knew this would be have to be kind of a known silhouette. And also what you see here, the two actors, Chris and my dad, they're actually looking at a green screen on the screen, just because I didn't have this footage yet. So they were looking, and I'm asked to have a look at that. So it was interesting to kind of get some experience. And also, Easter egg here, if anyone notices. I'll not say what it is, but if you can see, that'll be good. But yeah, and also the sequence is coming up here with my dad. I really wanted to get this kind of going into Mortel's imagination, because we need to get it in. And also this silhouette of Mortel, I'd already established that in the last scene with his sort of the black silhouette. So whenever we see his shape, we now know the very kind of the famous look of Mortel, with the fedora hat and the trench coat. I remember this sequence being quite awkward to do. My friend Amy here, it was a bit hard. She had to try and pretend to, get assaulted basically, and it's very awkward for everyone, especially for Phil. He's trying to do it. You have to pretend to kill someone. So literally, I remember they were, he literally was talking about pizza or something like that, how great his pizza was, and he was sort of doing it to make it feel better. Also, this shot here is by far the best shot of the film, and it's completely by accident, and I don't know why. I don't know why the light does that with the lamp. It looks amazing, by the way. I love it. But yeah. Yeah, so this scene in the park with the two middle-aged men. It was interesting film to scene to do in the film. A lot of people kind of came by, asked us, what we were doing, because why are there these two sort of grown men with these kind of 1950s clothing? But it's all part of the look of the film, because the film is meant to be kind of timeless, even though it does have 21st century technology. It's meant to feel timeless whenever you watch it. Also, this scene here with the that's coming up here with the 3 knots. It was actually my mum came up with that idea, because I wasn't actually sure what the twist should be, and so my mum suggested, well, what about if it's 3 knots? What if the killer also ties 3 knots? I'm like, well, that's a great idea. So I got to give credit to my mum there.
3 knots, and that's how you tie your lace.
This is one of my favourite reveals. Funny enough, televisions don't really seem to show this scene very well. On the computer, it works well, but not always do TVs or no. I mean the other way around. Mobile devices struggle with the dark colours of this scene, but TVs are okay. I noticed, and also all the music that you're hearing is all covers of Libertango. I deliberately chose also the movement of the rope here. I wanted that to be red, but I couldn't make it red because, annoyingly, skin color comes up sometimes as well, especially if someone's quite a pink skin color. So, it was quite annoying with the red rope, but I did manage to use it when it was needed. This sequence here, narratively, was probably one of my weakest written things with trying to connect it all up, because I was trying to work in a short time, and then suddenly I realised I had more time because of COVID, and I was no longer being assessed on a piece of coursework. So if I was to remake the film, I'd sort of completely revigorate, redo, make better the rest of this film. I liked this bit here being in colour and kind of being undefined and kind of weird looking, maybe like a faded photograph or undeveloped film piece from that had been left for years, kind of colour. Also, it's the same actor. Amy was playing the victim, and she's also playing Mortel's ex-wife. So I didn't want her face to be seen because it's not really meant to be the same actor, same character. Also, there was a friend, Jack. They were quite good in that scene.
I admit, Maurice, I wanted to be caught.
This speech was the worst speech I've written, I will admit. I didn't really know how to come together with it. I was really trying to fix the narrative problems because, again, as I said, I was really tight for time because of the course and for the I was supposed the whole thing was supposed to take 9 minutes, so I wrote a 9-minute script for a story that was really for like 15 minutes. But because I had time after whenever lockdown started, I was able to kind of make the film longer from those 9 minutes, but the story was still the 9-minute story. So it was only afterwards that I realised that things were different. Also, this chase scene, hilarious. Everyone was watching this, but it was really funny. I really they were actually running at the same pace, if not Phil, so a bit kind of faster. So I needed to kind of get them to spread out a bit. So I tell them, just wait here for 2 seconds and go. And then obviously we see that the film comes full circle, with the beginning is the end and the end is the beginning. It all joins up again. We know this time that Moretti is the killer. We know everything, so we were able to see the full scene without anyone's faces being hidden or anything. And also that gun, by the way, was blue, but thankfully the black and white makes it look, well, like black.
You're a sick man, Angelo.
Yeah, dialogue's a bit shifty here. We'd do it again better. But yeah, the overall sort of style I want to maintain, the mise en scène, I think was correct. The only criticism I have for myself is whenever I come in on my dad here, in the next shot, it's like, well, in one of the shots in the beginning, it's like he was out of focus, his face was out of focus, but the background was in focus, so that was a bit annoying. This shot actually is in reverse because I decided to change it up a bit, made it a bit better.
After the first Scarlet Killer case, you may think you've outsmarted me. Well played, my friend.
This sort of ending part of the film was sort of designed to sort of show the Mortel sort of defying Moretti even through death. He was still the great Mortel with the great Caproni who came in to save him. It's something to do about friendship as well, maintaining friends and keeping them close, so that because Mortel had someone to lean on whenever he needed them most, kind of thing. But yeah, that's my commentary on Mortel. That's the film. I enjoyed making it. It was a great cast. A lot of helpers, a lot of people who are up for it, and I'm grateful for everyone. So, thanks for listening to this commentary, and hopefully it's been educational for you.